What's your last name?
Syrinscape. It's a bit tricky, maybe.
Syrinscape.
You can, whatever you.
All right. We're good to go. Oops. Sorry.
No problem.
Hi guys, Matt Lemke here with 3 Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and we are at the Free League Publishing booth, and we're going to talk with Tomas about Alien, the role-playing game, which comes out this fall, or comes to Kickstarter this fall. Kickstarter.
It's going to be released this fall. Yeah. We're doing a pre-order right now, actually.
Oh, yeah, that's right. It's not a Kickstarter. It's pre-order. Yeah. I saw the thing. I'm way out of my league today. Too much fun and not enough sun. So, what is going to make the game unique? I mean, other than the fact that it is the first Alien role-playing game I can ever think of.
There was an Aliens game based on the second movie, specifically in the late 80s, early 90s, around there, which I owned but actually never got around to playing. But this is, I would say, the first RPG that's based on like the entire franchise of Alien. So yeah, that's really exciting for us. And I think what sets it apart is that we always try to create games that support a theme very heavily, and in this case it's the stress mechanic that sort of ramps up the tension. We feel does a pretty good job at capturing that kind of feel of this rising tension that you will get in the Alien movies. And I think the system we have designed to do that is one of the things that sets this game apart.
Okay, so now the system as a whole, does it kind of work off the whole Tales from the Loop concept with the dice and all the similar mechanics?
Yeah, it's based on the same. We have something we call the Year Zero engine, which is we used in almost all of our RPGs. So it's a dice pool system. The basics are fairly simple. You basically roll d6s and you want to roll 6s, and the more you roll, the better it is. But then there's a lot of tweaks and things. Oh yeah, those are the dice for the Tales from the Loop game. Yeah. So, but of course, each version of the Year Zero engine is different in each game to really support the themes of the particular game. Like in Mutant Year Zero, which is post-apocalyptic, it's all about survival and you have to sort of manage resources. Whereas in Tales from the Loop, it's about mystery solving. Coriolis, our space game, it's about actually about religion because of mysticism, and that kind of supports that. And in Alien, it's about horror and stress and tension in outer space. So the system is the same, but different flavors of it support the specifics of the game.
And so the core rulebook is going to be roughly how many pages?
Actually, a bit more than we originally thought. So we're just finishing it up now, and it's going to be 392 pages.
That's pretty good size.
It's a pretty good size book, yeah.
And how does character design work in Alien?
It's you have something called careers, which are basically your character archetypes, and they are based on types of characters you'd see in the movies, with a few new ones added in, like the Colonial Marshal and some others. But you'll have your officer, like Ripley, she's a warrant officer. You have the Colonial Marines, of course, and a couple of others. That's like the core, and that's like a bit of a stereotypical starting point. But then from that career, you tweak things, you assign points to attributes, skills, you choose talents, and they will help you fine-tune your character.
And I'm guessing, like the movie, the primary goal is to survive.
Yes, I mean there are two modes in the game. With something we call cinematic game mode and campaign play. And in cinematic scenarios, they are pre-made scenarios with pre-made characters, and they're really about survival, and probably most characters won't make it through the whole scenario, which is kind of the point. Like in an Alien movie, rarely will all characters in the crew survive to the end. So that's really like a death race to see who actually makes it out alive at the end. But those kind of scenarios are made for shorter play, maybe just a few sessions. And if someone dies, there's also a possibility to bring in a replacement character to get everyone, to keep them playing. Campaign play is a bit different because a second thing we wanted to do with this game is to give people a chance to explore the Alien universe. There's actually quite a lot of lore out there. There's been, beyond the movies, there's also been novels, comic books, computer games. So it's actually a pretty rich universe. And what we've done, and the setting writer, his name is Andrew Gaska, he's been really sort of digging deep and presenting this world. So the campaign play is like a sandbox game where players can really explore the world of 2183 AD, which is the year we have chosen. It's right after Aliens and Alien 3, like the second and third movies. So it's shortly after that, what's happening in the known space at that time. So there's corporations, Weyland-Yutani of course, but there's also a few others. There are governments and the way they are interacting, and there's a whole world to experience and explore if you play it campaign style.
What was your favorite part of working on Alien?
Oh, hard to say. It's a fantastic franchise to work on. It's been so much fun. I mean, my role is primarily project management and also the rules. So of course I really always enjoy tinkering with rules. So creating this stress mechanic, I think, has been the most fun for me personally.
You like stressing people out, huh?
I do, yeah.
So there are a lot of equipment in the book, or? I mean, it's 300, a lot of different types of equipment.
Equipment, yeah. We have a pretty big gear chapter, and the vehicles chapter, and spaceships as well. And you'll recognize quite a few of these items, ships, vehicles from the movies as well. And then there are some new ones, for sure. So we have nicely. We have a lot of the vehicles and spaceships illustrated by a guy called John Mulaney, who's done Alien work before on these kinds of art books and stuff for Alien. So he's an expert at making very nice illustrations of gear and spaceships in the Alien universe. So you get a lot of that in the book as well.
Okay. What about like Alien creation? What kind of rules are there for that?
Well, there's a lot there's a big chapter dedicated to the xenomorphs, of course, with a lot of different types and stages, and which you'll recognize from the movies, and you also get a lot of information about them that I think you wouldn't get just from watching the movies. You will learn a lot about them, which I think it can be a lot of fun. There are some rules for actually creating your own xenomorphs as well, but that's also something we'll probably be expanding more in later supplements for the game as well.
All right. What else you want to add?
I don't know, just the pre-order ends very soon, just in a couple of days. So if you didn't pre-order yet, you should probably check it out as soon as possible.
I'll try and get this done tonight then.
Yeah, okay.
Help spread the word.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you, guys. And
Thanks.
It's always a pleasure seeing you guys. It's the first time I've actually ever seen you here, but
Very cool.
you know.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Hi guys, meet the Nibbles, who's gonna go down. She just decided not to go down my back, so we'll do this for her so she's comfy. Thanks for watching my video, and I appreciate it. Please hit the like button and share it if you know somebody who might be interested. And of course, there's always Twitter and the Facebook thingy, and soon I have a newsletter coming. That'll be down there or in a link below, and my kitty cat loves that idea. So anyway, there was one more thing. Oh yeah, subscribe. Be a part of my community, our community. Let's make it grow together. See you guys at a con somewhere, or a local store, or if I'm driving through the country, maybe a game club. I don't know. You're not gonna go knock down my camera. Bye, guys.